Hi friends, welcome back. And now today we are going to discussing about scenario outline and data table using our Playwright Java Cucumber. Okay. And here in the previous session, you can see there is a message, error message is there, right? This we are not created anything reusable wise, right? You can able to create here one message. Okay. You can create for what kind of value you are expecting, and this is invalid credentials, right? You can able to take this invalid credentials and you can pass it here. For that particular function we can able to create a format, a string. Okay, you can pass it here, string message. Okay, and you can able to create here, and objects you can create, and from the objects you can able to access as well. Okay, now I can go ahead here. I'll create for one particular function, private, a string message. You can say login error message. Okay, I'll pass it here. My XPath. This is my XPath. I'll pass it here. Okay, and then we need to create one particular function which we can able to send returning a string format of value, right? With that only we can able to verify. Otherwise, we can't verify, right? I can go ahead here. I'll create a public and returning as a string. Okay. Get login error message. Okay. Now here we can able to use directly return. Okay. A login underscore error underscore message dot page dot locator, and we can pass it this value here dot text context, and we can use for trim function also. In case if there is any space is there, it will return that spaces, it will remove and it will give you that. Okay, you can use for trim, or without trim also you can able to use it. Okay, now we are return the value. Okay, for this particular value we can come back here. Now here it is there, right? We can able to change some format, and it will return some values, right? And we can able to use these particular login credentials again. From this we can remove a get error message. It will return the message, then we are storing that message, string label message. Okay, now assert dot assert equal we can use for string format. Okay, message and lbl message. Okay, these two we can able to expect, and we can remove down one, and I'll make it as a comment. Okay, now If you run this one, right, again it will verify those things as well. Okay. And we can see for scenario outline as well how we can able to create and all. Scenario outline also same format, but it will give you for one time. Now we are creating for valid one and invalid one, right? To making this, we are going to create for only single. Okay. See, both the cases got passed. One is failed. Where it is got failed. Okay, I closed immediately. Even we can see that. Okay, it is browser context got closed before that. Okay, because of that it is closed. Okay, no issue. We can see for the scenario outline, then we can go for the next. Okay, now I'll comment this entire things. Okay, okay, now we'll create for scenario outline. Maybe you can get the one more question why you are creating the same place everything. Okay, don't worry. You can create for another file also. Not a big deal. Okay. If you want, we can create for, sorry. We'll create. Maybe some people will comment on why you are using all the things in one place. We can create for another file. Login scenario outline. Okay. A dot a future. Now this is my scenario future. Okay. Now I'm removing this. And here I can remove this. And here you can see my scenario outline. It is there. Okay. Login with the scenario outlines. Now here we are going to validating login with the multiple credentials. Okay. Now you can able to see for launching application same for as per the same. This will be a same. Okay. Sorry. Kevin is gone. Okay. This is common and here we need to modify. Okay. User logs in with the double quotation or you can directly use also username and password. Okay. And here we are going to verifying that uh, user should verify message. Okay. And here we can able to use for some message. Okay. Same username we need to provide as a header of this scenario with the following the example. It will follow with the example. Okay. You have to properly have to paste, otherwise it will fail. You have to give the same names. Okay. And now I'm going to here, admin is my user, is my valid user. And then I'm going to use here, my password is this one. Okay. Okay. And then we expected for message called success, right? What is the steps here? Just a message we are doing, right? For that I can dashboard. Okay. And then I'll take for same username. Okay. Here also password I can provide for the same. We are expected for invalid credentials. Okay. That I'm passing him from here. Okay. We saved it. Okay. Now for this, we need to create a reusable functionality. Okay. The same code we need to work. Okay. Multiple times. For this, again, I'm going to take this one. I'll go to the steps location and here I'll create one thing, public. Before that, I'll close for validation here, right? Page dot close and context is there. Okay, context dot close. Because every time it is opening only, it is not closed. Because of that, I'm going to closing here. Two different kinds, right? Now here as well, I will provide the closing functionality. After my execution is completed, automatically I need to fail this one. Okay. Then I need to use for here. Now from here, I need to use for at the rate of when functionality because when is the my core, right? And here is what is my scenario outline users up to here I'll copy and I'm pasting here and two square braces string. Okay, then and again two square curly braces and string. Okay, this is my method. Okay, and I'm providing for public void user login. Okay, and it is expected for two parameters, that is a string username and string password. Okay, these are the two arguments it will expect. Okay, after that it is required for user login. Okay, for that I'm going to copying this and I'm pasting here. Okay, my username and password will come back here. Okay, and I need to add the thread. Okay, thread I have added, done. Okay, and then I need to verify my error message as well as success message. We are done for previous what happened. One is success message we have seen and also we have seen for invalid message validation, right? Both the cases are different. Okay, now I'm going to using for one location with all the cases. Now here I'm going back to here. See my message up to here. Then again I'm using here. Then and double quotation and here is required for string. Okay, and I need to create a function, a public, a void verify message. Just I'm giving that and the string message. Okay, two curly braces. Okay, what message we are need to use? If message or dot equal ignore case, ignore case, if the dashboard is equals, okay, then I need to verify that dashboard message code. Okay, this code, this code I want to verify. Otherwise, I need to verify this. Okay, directly I'm using this one. Okay, and then I need to use for close the browsers. Okay, I need to close the browsers, right? Again, context and page. Both the cases I'll, because every time it will open for new browser context. That's why I'm closing this. Now, if I run my runner class, where went it is runner class. Okay, now I'm running my runner class. Total 4 scenarios and 4 times browser will be open. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, total 4 scenarios. It should close all the browsers. Yes, it is closed. 2 got passed and 2 got failed. Okay, and if you go target and cucumber file and this one open. Now I can see when user is provided, that's, and this too, and it is failed for this particular location admin. There is no error message, but it is got passed, but I don't know why it is got failed. It is having for question mark. We'll see for emailable format. Admin 3. Okay, it is expecting for method to write. Why it is expecting? Maybe it is having some spaces. 1 second. Form.xml, this one we can close. Okay. String. Some white space also it will not accept properly, and we need to give proper white space, otherwise it will not work. Okay, and you need to remember that. And where it is got missed. Okay, some of the white spaces. Okay, now I'm closing. Again I'll open. There is another case, it is there, that is like a table, data table. Okay, data table also most important. Okay, in the real time we can able to use. Okay, again two field. Again it is filled for why it is expecting again and again the same. Shit. 1 second, hold on. I'll check and I'll. Sorry, that is mistake on my side only. Why? Because here I forgot to mention for double quotations. This particular double quotation only it is not able to take these values. Because of that, it is failed. Okay, that is mistake on my side only. Okay, and after adding this, and I'm now not changed here only the naming conventions like this format I have added, and okay, this is much I have added. Everything is same, not much different. Everything is same only. Okay, not modified anything. You can use only here one. Okay, we'll use this also some of the different way. Okay, and also in case after you add everything, just you can click here. There is a pretty format. Okay, if something it is modified, also it will change. Okay, see, I'll modify this and I will modify this. Now I'm saving here and also I'm going to do for a pretty format. Now see again coming back. Okay, this it will work out. Okay, in case if you are not able to do some formatting functionality, you can able to change by clicking that. Okay, now I'm going to run again. I have run and I see it is working because only in the double quotation I forgot. In the scenario outline it is there, right? It will work. Okay, meanwhile we can see here. In this scenario outline, there is a we use for less than and greater than symbol. Inside that we use for username and their password we used. But I forgot to mention for double quotation. If you are mention the double quotation, automatically it will take. If you are not mention the double quotation, it will not take. Okay, that we need to modify. See, all got passed. Okay, if you refresh now here, it is 4 out of 4 methods. You can see 4 different kind of methods. Okay, like this we can able to achieve this scenario outline. Okay, now there is a one more case. There is a data table. Okay, data table also same format is there, but data table works for single value. Multiple values also we can provide, but only at the single. Maybe you'll get one question: what is the different, most different between the data table and this particular scenario outline? Scenario outline work with the example and multiple cases. Okay, it will work like a data driven. We are using right data provider in TestNG. The same format it will work. Okay, you can able to pass from Excel sheet. You can capturing for multiple values and multiple logins. Then you are using right. The similar format it will work for scenario outline, but scenario outline work with the example. Okay, it will work for all the things. What are the things you are going to use? You can how many values you can provide. You can able to provide the all the steps location. But data table works only for single place. It will not work for all the places. It will work only one particular step. Like you can provide this. I'm coming back here and scenario. Okay, my scenario this one and log in with the data table. Okay, I'm passing this all the things. Okay, here what will happen, my data table, right? This is the common, but I'll pass it for usernames, okay, which we have provided in last time login location, right? Like this, I'll pass for valid case, okay, and then we need to pass for error message validation, right? Now error message validation purpose, I need to validate, right? In this case, what I can do, I'll remove here, and then I can provide here pipe symbols, two pipe symbols, and I can provide for message. Okay, what message we are expecting? Dashboard. You can say dashboard, right? You can able to use for dashboard itself. Now save and mark it as a pretty format. It will give you. Okay, this is my data table. Even you can able to use for login credential purpose also. Okay, you can able to use for login credential purpose also. You can able to use. Okay, comparing to here, I can mark it into here data table. Okay, and username and password, and my username is admin. My password is this one. Okay, now I'll change into this particular thing like user login with credentials. Okay, save and petty format. Okay, it will give you the petty format. Now for this particular function, we don't have the step, right? We don't have the step. For that particular step, we need to create, right? How you need to create for this? Success dashboard. Okay. And only this particular functionality purpose, we need to create a step. Okay. Now I'm coming back to here. Here at the rate of when in the double quotation my credentials. Okay. And public avoid. I need to use that user logs with credentials. Okay, and then this is my function. Okay, here we need to use a data table access. Okay, data table access we need to do. We need to create a data table object, then only we can able to do it, right? Now how we can able to do for the data table access? And here there is a method called io dot cucumber dot data table dot a data table. Okay, that you can use for data table. Okay, and if based upon that you can able to use it here. Okay, now I need to access, right? For that it will give the list of values. For this we need to capture the list, and that list we need to use the map. Okay, inside the map it is required for two string values, and I'm going to provide the string as string. Okay, and then I need to use for credentials. Okay, and here I need to use for data this particular object here. Okay, data table. Okay, this particular table has maps. Okay, for this maps, it will gives as a string format, right? String dot a class we need to provide, and then string dot class. Okay, both the class. Now we are able to read this particular data values from this particular table. Okay, from the table we can able to read now. Okay, for reading it will give the those values. Okay, it will store into in this credential location. Now how we can able to add it? Now I'm going to add for string a name equal to this credential is there, right? From this particular credentials we need to credentials dot a get 0 dot a get. Okay, what we need to get, we need to provide here. Okay, here is username. Okay, this name we need to provide here. Okay, why get 0 it is there? If you have multiple data things, okay, if you have multiple values, then you can able to use for 1. Okay, if you have single, then we need to use for 0 itself. Okay, it will take that 0 position. Now string password, this in case if you are passing for multiple, right, multiple times means then you need to use for different approaches. Okay, and we need to pass the same value with the password. Okay, now again we need to go here and I'll take the copy. Okay, now I'm going to paste it here with this and throw exception. Okay, now we are able to do it. Now I'm going to run again. See the 5 scenarios. Okay, one is data table and another one is multiple and two different single scenarios. Two got passed and third one, okay, fourth and 5. Okay, we'll see whether it will got passed or failed, whether it is read or not, and data table we can see in that. See, 5 got passed, 5 out of 5 without any fail. Even data table also it got captured. You refresh, see now all the things it is presented. Scenario and also data table, which is the username and password we have captured, right? That also it is got passed. We saw in this particular video, there is a scenario outline and also scenario data tables, right? Both the cases we saw. And next video session, we can see some of the things. Okay. Thank you for watching and please do subscribe and share to your friends and colleagues. Thank you.